Welcome back, everybody, and today we're taking a look at the fourth film in the Into the Forest Folktales at DEFA box set from Eureka, and it is 1962's Little Red Riding Hood. So this is directed by Gotts Friedrich, who I've not seen anything else from before. Again, a fantasy, collecting at 72 minutes long. And yeah, unlike the previous couple of films, we have actually seen someone in this before, with Blanche Comeral, who was also in Jacob the Liar, which is another film that Eureka have released before, as well as Sons of Great Bear, another film Eureka have released as well, although I didn't buy it myself, as I quite frankly wasn't impressed enough by it. But nonetheless, Little Red Riding Hood lives together with her parents in a house on the edge of the forest. Her friends are a bunny, a squirrel, and a bear. The little girl is always prepared to help, given she is friendly, innocent, and even unsuspecting, for she does not hold anyone capable of doing anything bad. Little Red Riding Hood often visits her grandmother, who lives in the depths of the forest, but her way there is a dangerous one. The wolf and its lackey, the fox, terrorize everyone with their evil deeds and decide Little Red Riding Hood will be their next target. So if this had a darker tone to it, this would quite frankly have been a surrealist nightmare, chiefly thanks to the low quality but equally terrifying looking costumes for the animals, all of which are played by humans, just in heavy makeup with heavy costumes, although the squirrel isn't played by an actor, it's a puppet, although you can clearly see that it is being puppeted, either with strings coming from the top, or you can quite clearly see a couple of times that there is someone there puppeting it, as they do not cover up that aspect all that particularly well, certainly not to the level of the Muppets, for instance. But due to the lack of threat, this otherwise comes across more like a school play, as it is really, really restrained in terms of threat or violence or tension or anything like that. That said, its strangeness and good pacing do help to keep this engaging, while it is also generally well shot. The forest also looks convincing enough, the cast is effective, and the conclusion is satisfyingly done, especially when it comes to the fact that when Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood get eaten by the werewolf, um, they end up getting cut open. The wolf's belly ends up getting cut open off screen, and they climb out of it. And that was completely unexpected. I didn't anticipate that at all. And yeah, that was quite strange in its own way, to be honest. Especially since the wolf somehow survives that kind of surgery, and they also somehow survive getting eaten. So yeah, it's a little bit strange in that regard, but still decent enough and gets a 3.5 out of 5. It's kind of on the level more with what was the Singing Ringing Tree, I think it was. Yeah, the Singing Ringing Tree. It's more on that level, whereas I'd say perhaps Rumpelstiltskin and the Devil from Mill Mountain are a little bit more satisfying, but it's still decent enough. And yeah, like I said, gets 3.5 out of 5. It's purely the strangeness that sells it. And yeah, like I said, like with the other releases in this box set, it's got new artwork by Carly AF, another 1080p HD presentation from a restoration by the DEFA Foundation. Although I would say initially this looks like one of the weaker quality restorations, although it gradually does get better as the film progresses. Um, don't think there's any specific extras on this release to the film itself. Obviously, you do have optional English subtitles, newly translated for this release, but yeah, there's no audio commentary or anything else like that, unfortunately. So yeah, a little bit of a shame that this has been been neglected in that regard, but still, overall, a decent enough release and a film, and still one that is well worth watching. So yeah. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have seen Little Red Riding Hood before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.